Stream should be live. Got change stuff. I think Twitch is fine. I don't think I need to switch off Twitch. YouTube, I think I need to switch around. I think Twitch is fine. I sound okay. I might be a little loud, actually. I don't know. I might be. I could be. Yep, YouTube's fine. Or Twitch is fine, not YouTube. YouTube's also fine. Close off of that. And boom. I think the webcam's all good, setup-wise. I think everything's fine. My headset's okay. Start Vintage Story. Looking at my mic, it seems like I'm a little loud, actually. Is there a easy way to do this? Like if I click there, I can't do that very easy. Advanced properties. Let's do that there. This might sound like echoes. I think that's a little bit better. Hopefully that's good. Maybe there? Probably there. They seem pretty good at that volume. Game's going, just switching up audio settings. Here, I don't know what the hell I was doing last time I played this game. I know I was getting iron. I don't think I got iron. I need to turn off Buzzworld. That mod doesn't help me anyway. I guess it doesn't hurt me, but it doesn't help me anyway. Buzzworld doesn't do very much for me. I just wish that bees made more of a sound. If bees had like a better proximity sound, that'd be nice. Am I a little low? That might be better. I think I'm a little low. I think my camera's also a little big. Let's make myself a tad bit smaller. That seems better. That seems like the sauce. So if I lean forwards, I'm still pretty okay. If I go far back, I get kind of small. But I think that's good, because I'll mostly be at this position, kind of sitting straight. Oh yeah, I was making a house. Putting things away, making house. I need slightly more brick to make the wall. So just 4. The quarters are wood. I think I'm pretty good though. It's like just harvest some stone. Don't need to have that on me. I do need more chests, but I don't think I'm gonna actually mess with that right now. I'm gonna put these down outside. There's not much reason for me to have those. I need food. That seems to be an issue I'm having. I don't know if I have any more food that isn't grain. I also don't know if you can cook just grain. I put that in the basement. That's the sauce. That's the ticket. Forgot I made a basement. I think that hatches work weird in this game. They don't quite work the way I think they should. I don't know if I can do much with this. I could make it into flour right now, but I'm not sure if I can do anything with the flour, right? Because I would need... hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. Too many buttons. There. Bread. I can make that, but I couldn't cook it, right? Because I need to have an oven. Yeah. So, like, no reason for me to do that. I need an oven for pie as well. I guess I could eat grain raw. I'd prefer not to. Can I cook grain into a stew? My fires are over here. Where did I put the cooking pot? Oh, it's right here. I'm stupid. Grab this. Does this work? It does work. I don't know how efficient that's going to be as food, but I'll eat it. I'm going to starve otherwise. Put the rest of my grain downstairs. I'll go on an adventure and get some food. A grand quest for food. Don't need any of this random junk. Yeah, I'm aware you're starving. I get it. Food's almost done. In the meantime, put these away. I like to keep some plank and some sticks on me. I don't think I need axes right now. And these aren't like super high quality tools, so to put them on the ground. My food done yet? Yeah. How efficient is this? I mean, that's pretty good. That's not bad. That's nothing to scoff at, if I'm being honest. Take these with me. I keep poultices, I suppose. I don't really need to keep the poultices, but I'll keep them. Then I'm going to cancel. Delete waypoint. New waypoint. Home. Pin. Boom. Okay, I need to refamiliarize myself with what the hell I was doing. I think I found a hematite source, but I don't know where it was going, right? It was here. Because I could find a minuscule amount here, so I want to go north this way. So I want to go, like, northeast, I think. How's my bees doing? Bees are doing okay. Bees are doing just fine. Put one of these down. I think today I want to potentially get Candle going. And Candle will let me get a fair bit of things, because I get a lantern, and the lantern will let me not be scared of jumping in water. With a torch. I don't need the torch right now. I made a tin's bronze spear. That's cool. I think I also need some more copper. So if I do find some copper nodes on the surface, I probably will actually mine them. They're not super important. Like, I don't super need copper. I got enough to make another pickaxe. And I have another pick that's better for harvesting iron, just not on me. This little trip is more about finding some food and finding more ores nearby than it is about actually collecting all the ores. Because I think I have enough material. I should get flint. I think I have enough material to be able to need clay, but I'll get it closer to my house. To what do you call it? Make the fire clay, which would be nice. Grab some more seeds while I'm out here. Damn. Dude, I think I just like the Malefactor. Is that the name of this class? Because getting tons of drops from stuff is so nice. It's crazy. This is kind of close to my previous node, but it'll let me know if there's even going to be, like, something here at all. Previous mining. Before the stream, I went through and beat Monster Hunter World, or Wilds. It was a very poor amount, so it is actually kind of northish. And that's a good game. It's fun. I do feel like, from my experience, which I haven't played all the Monster Hunter games. I'm not a Monster Hunter purist. I haven't gone through and done, like, the entire shebang. I think my first Monster Hunter was some game on the PSP that was ported, like back-ported to PC or something. So I don't know what that game was. I played a bit of it. It was kind of janky. I mean, it worked, but it was kind of janky. And then my first game I actually beat for Monster Hunter. I'm eating on berries. Just kind of looking around and seeing what I can find. Not paying attention to my actual health and hunger. The first Monster Hunter game I actually beat was Worlds. And that was a fun game. I think that I like Worlds structure more than Wilds. Well, I do. Those are poisonous. Well, I do prefer the way that Wild does like open world exploration. I do not like how Wild will throw you into like 17 quests in a row. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you will often get situations in that game where it's like, oh, go and fight X monster. Then you fight the monster, and it's like, oh, more monsters are around. Kill those ones too. And all I want to do is like make some cool weapons and armor, man. I don't want to like have to be on the clock doing that. I know it's not much of a difference because every fight before the I'm gonna say the real game begins is only like 10 minutes long. I think my longest fight was like 16 minutes or something. How far away am I? I think if I go here-ish, like I'm gonna go more north and a bit more east before I mine again, just so I can have a bit of a reference point. But yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad game. I think the final fight's interesting. It definitely feels like it had less substance to its campaign, which isn't a bad thing, because you're not really there for the campaign for Monster Hunter. You're always there for the supplemental material that comes after. Because in most situations, I think people really don't consider the base game of Monster Hunter to be like the actual thing you're going into the game for. You're mostly going there for like the maybe 15-ish missions after you beat the main game, which unlock all the like hard content. Or in parentheses, I still think Monster Hunter as a game, like, I've heard the old ones are really hard. I think all the new ones, because the controls are a lot better, don't seem nearly as difficult. I think a lot of the difficulty of Monster Hunter for the old games was just how bad those controls were. And a lot of that's not even because the controls were inherent. I guess the controls were bad. The games were on inherently bad systems to control. Like, I know I tried playing Monster Hunter on DS. I think before the 3DS or whatever version of the DS had the little, like, joystick. And my god, that was miserable. That was such a hard thing to control. Like, it was definitely doable, and I probably could have figured it out and learned it, but I sort of being like, this is hard. I know this game's good, like, I know these games are enjoyable, but this is not for me with how bad this controls game is. It's why when, Worlds came out, I was like, damn, a game that mostly plays like a modern game. Like, I know people have their complaints about how the, weapons are really weighty in that game. I hate this. I'm on a chunk border. I don't know what's going on. But the weapons are really weighty on that game. And I get that. Like, I get not liking how weighty the weapons are. I did my first... That's so many things. 12%, which I think is lower than this, right? Yes. So, I don't know where this ore is exactly going to be. I'm going to go this way. My first playthrough of Dark Souls 1 was a strength build. Started off with this Y-hander, I believe, and then ended up going with the Black Knight Great Axe. So I experienced a lot of like weighty weapons in that game. Bit of a cave here. So I'm pretty used to weighty weapons. Like I'm not opposed to them as a concept. That's great here. Why not? My favorite weapon in Monster Hunter, I think, was always... maybe I'm wrong and I played something different before, but I know from Worlds onwards in Monster Hunter, I played majority of my time as Switch Axe. Because I love the Switch Axe. I don't know. Switch Axe is real good. It does a lot of good damage. You can chop up like monster parts, which is nice. The fun of it for me is just being able to like go back and forth between essentially an axe and a sword and having the damage difference and like the difference in movements. I don't know, it's good. I like how weighty it is. I appreciate the game because there's a lot more nuance to controls, and it often like situations where smaller monsters are a lot harder for a heavier weapon user like switch axes. That being said, I haven't played like a terribly high amount of like dual dagger or sword and shield in Monster Hunter. I think I tried. What is it called? What is big? I forget the name of the big sword. Not the long sword, but the sword that has the weird like charging up mechanics. I played that one a little bit, and that was harder for me to remember the button combinations. To be fair, Switch X has very easy button combinations. So I'm sure they could do more damage, just I'm too stupid. I remember also liking, I can't recall if it was Gunlance or Lance. I don't know which one I played more of in Monster Hunter. I know one of the two I enjoyed a lot more than the other. That was when Worlds first came out. I think I spent like a good amount of time in Worlds just... I'm trying to find a cave, by the way. Just trying out different weapons initially. Yeah, might be a cave up there. So I'm a bit far from where I should be. I should go back down here and just dig holes. I don't really like to dig holes a lot of the times, but it's necessary. Flint? Flint. I levitated towards Switch Axe because I liked the weightiness of it, but it didn't feel like it was unreasonably weighty. I didn't really enjoy like the hammer, and because I typically play more solo than I do with groups, my leg was itchy. I never got a good chance to use like the it's called Battle Horn or War Horn or whatever, the horn. It seems good, honestly. It seems like a nice like debuff buff weapon with some pretty interesting combos, but a lot of that seems to be more levied towards multiplayer. So it's further down. I know that I enjoyed Insect Glaive, but the Insect Glaive like functions slightly differently in that game every time it comes out. I don't remember which one I liked the most. I don't know if I liked Insect Glaive. It's 90 there. It's 86 here. I'm gonna try like this area. I don't know if Insect Glaive was the most fun for me in Worlds or Rise. I never beat Rise. It was on Switch, and I always recall it like kind of running a little weird when it first came out, because the Switch is not the most powerful console for a game like Monster Hunter. I know it eventually came out on PC, but I just never picked it up. I probably will at some point, because I don't really think Monster Hunter is the kind of game that like you... This might be too close to the other one. It's pretty close to where I want to be. It's kind of a game that like ages poorly per se, because each one offers like slightly different mechanics. That's sad. I know that Rise had all the weird like grapple bug mechanic stuff going on, which I know Worlds had that, and I guess Icebreaker had it to a greater degree. I hate when this happens, but I never really played any of Icebreaker. I remember just playing all the base game for Worlds. And then getting really busy with work, so I couldn't actually play anymore. How is there no... What? Why is there magnesium here? Magnesium here. Magnesium here. I guess I'll go north. I thought I couldn't spawn like that. I thought I was like gonna be somewhere in between. Whatever. Now, each of the games offer slightly different things. I do feel like maybe it's because I ended up playing a lot of like the World's extended content, like the little updates they were doing constantly, that I ended up experiencing a lot more of the added monsters. But it felt like Worlds had a lot more monsters to fight than Wilds does. I haven't beat all the Wilds content yet. I just got to the like true endgame. But I don't see why they couldn't just take all the monsters from World and put them into Wilds. It seems like it's pretty similar, if not the same engine. Might be a hole up here. It is a hole. It's not like a good way down through this hole. Like, I'm surprised that I haven't fought a Diablos yet. Because I feel like the Diablos was a pretty popular monster from World. I know, like, the Rathalos and Rathian are very popular too, but I think that Diablos deserves to be in there. Which it could be, I haven't found it yet. Oh, wow, it actually goes further out north. I guess a little more north then. I for sure thought it'd be like a bit more south and it wouldn't be a very good deposit, but it's a decent magnesium. I think we get lucky again. Do it here, I guess. I don't know, Monster Hunter is fun. It's one of those games that's hard for me to recommend to people. Because the structure of the game is so different from a lot of people's like interests. I feel like the whole like do a mission, run into a place, kill a monster, leave thing is not for everybody. I think if like Monster Hunter had more of like a linear, not a linear, but a more open linear campaign where like you just bounce from like quest to quest and then the mission stuff is added on the side. Rise kind of did that a little bit more, as far as I remember, but I don't think Rise really like doubled down on that enough. I think if they did that, it would probably get more mainstream appeal in terms of like attracting somebody to do the campaign. But the campaign is really like a tutorial in that kind of game. Decent. Did it go up or down? It went down, so I want to go back. And this was 12, and that was 86. So it might be like over here-ish. That might be the ticket. Let's go slightly this way. I'm gonna dig it right here in this hill. Other than that, it's just been, I think the most interesting thing I did today, besides play Monster Hunter and beat that game finally, is watch Invincible. Which Invincible is such a good show. I will be always biased towards the show, and I do think that I can understand the argument for the newest episode being a bit of a letdown if you were a fan of the comic. I'm a fan of the comic, and I'm okay with the newest episode working the way it did. I would have preferred if the episode would have been broken into 2 episodes. I feel like they could have slowed down the actual progress of the show just a little bit in that regard, which I know is a common complaint for some people, that like Invincible as a show moves way too quick sometimes. You'll get like a chance to really to bask in the world as much as the comic, which I mean that makes sense. That's how comics and books are compared to their other media counterparts. It's why you always have more full experience reading a book or whatever. 2.6. That's interesting. I'm going to go slightly more, maybe to this other hill or this little island. And see if it's over there is better. It shouldn't be, but, you know, might as well. Let's go here. Actually, let's go further over. I should be able to tell based off of being like over here-ish. That's why I know like adaptations of stuff are kind of difficult, but I really like the Invincible show because I think as an adaptation of the comic, it's doing a very good job. Because the comic wasn't bad by any means, but the comic was a lot rougher in its first probably 18 issues versus its like the later issues. I think the Invincible comic was starts off kind of slow and a little bit monotonous in some areas, and then as it goes on, it gets substantially better. Like, it's not even the issue I have with something like anime, where some animes, not even some animes, I think a lot of animes typically use the Shinji Ikari archetype for a character, where they take a character that's borderline, like, just horrible, like one of the worst people ever, and they make him the main character, and then his whole thing is going, well, how does this work? What is that? I don't believe in that. And just questioning the world, which is a better way to... Not a better way. It's a way to make the audience feel like they are more... I don't know which way to go now. Let's go a little north. Which is a way to make the audience like ease into the actual universe more, which I get that. But it also feels kind of bad sometimes when you have a character just constantly being a little whitey bitch. And that's what I don't like about Shinji Ikari. Mark wasn't like that from the comic. Actually, arguably, I think Mark is more emotional in the show versus the comic. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, he definitely questions his own, like, actions and motivations way more than he ever did in the comic. I feel like Mark from the comic just was like, oh, it's whatever. That guy's dead. Like, he had remorse, but I think it was... he would get over situations far faster. While the Invincible Mark in the show is far more susceptible to emotions and situations. Which kind of, like, works better in terms of the idea of he's supposed to be human and Viltrumite. And Viltrumites kind of lack that emotional security that humanity, I guess, is supposed to have. Or that emotional awareness? I don't really call that, but emotions in general. Yeah, it's good. I like Invincible. I think if I had any real complaint, it's that I wish, like I said, some things would go a little bit slower sometimes. It'd be nice if they would cram less content into the show. Because I could be wrong about this, but I think Brett? I forget the guy's name, but the old guy from the newest episode who helps Cecil, I believe he had a way bigger role in the actual comic, so it's not north. I'm going to go over here-ish to this little island. He had a way bigger role, which, I mean, that makes sense. To have characters have less big of a role in some regards, but the issue for me with Brent is a character of Brett. I guess it might be Brett. Brett is a character having less of a role, is that Brett kind of mattered a lot more to Cecil's backstory, and Cecil's backstory was a lot slower in the comic. I couldn't think of the words. I'll do it here. Because I think Cecil's backstory in the comic was like not maybe 3 issues. I don't know if it was across multiple issues, or if I'm just remembering that wrong. I think it was definitely way longer. Because they really cover, like, a lot more ground with why Cecil is the way he is. Which, I mean, the show kind of, like, summarized a lot of that. But characters like Brett mattered more, because it showed more of, like, Cecil's human side, and him being less callous. That and, there's another character who I think essentially just dies. I think that's her whole, like, MO. I think it was her, but I could be wrong. It was a guy. There's a character that dies in Cecil's backstory that he resents and regrets their death, and, like, holds that very close to himself. Which, once again, just acts to make Cecil seem like less of a bad guy. Ultra high. So, very high here, ultra high here. I think I want to go for maybe this area. I want to go slightly more east to maybe between these 2 peaks. And see if it's better over there, but I'm pretty sure I can find it now. I don't know. I'm also not, like, the best with, like, character analysis and that kind of stuff. I just watch stuff. I just read things occasionally. I'm happy that Invincible's even getting anything. I know that was a series that almost got canceled. I think at least once. So I want to say the original comic, the creator didn't know if he was going to go past issue like 14 or 15. Which is why the story kind of goes off the rails a little bit at that point. Like, it makes sense, but it's definitely a lot more crazy and fast-paced around that area. Because that's when Mark fights Omni-Man. Like, fights is a very generous term for that. I think that's probably the biggest difference in terms of the show and the comic for Invincible to me, is how much stronger Omni-Man is in the comic. Like, Omni-Man is insanely strong in the comic. I don't know what that was all about. Because I think the entire joke initially behind Invincible as a name was Mark doesn't even get like a real scratch on him. It doesn't even bleed until he fights Omni-Man in the comic. Which is like multiple weeks, I want to say, after he gets his powers. Just decent. Okay, so I want to go back. I'm going to go back and I'm going to dig down in this area. Oh god, I'm really excited. I thought this was better soil. This is peat. Let's do it here. Why not? Inventory's a little full, but that's fine. I'll probably end up just eating a lot of this. I'll go 30 down to start with. And I will, like... Can I put one here? I will build non-sequentially? I suppose would be the best way to freeze the ladders. I'll probably just go into my pick breaks until I find iron. Then once all this is set up, my plan is to go in the woods. Is that obsidian? Yeah. Go in the woods, get bricks, get more charcoal going. While I'm doing that, harvest more iron and copper, probably. That's my thought. So I'm going to need copper regardless. Oop, not that. I'm going to go down a little bit further. But once I, like, get a good amount of stuff going, that'll be fine. Give me this obsidian. There we go. Because I believe obsidian is pretty good as a tool. Let's see. It's probably not going to be here. I think it's going to be far lower. Yeah, no node nearby. So let's just dig down for a little bit. I think it would probably be better, like more efficient time-wise, if I actually end up going through. There we go. Magnesium. I guess it's just here. So I can spawn an andesite, chalk, claystone, slate. So I know it can't spawn here. So it can't spawn in basalt, right? That's what that was telling me. Andesite. No, so it has to be one more layer down. Because I think that this game has the whole, like... Oop, didn't mean to actually do that. Has the whole, like top layer, sediment, and something else. I forget the names of the layers of the rocks. But I believe you can kind of, like, roughly tell what's going on. I'll still probably end up using my prospector pick occasionally. Not that it'll really help me. But I do want to do it so I have a indication of what's going on. Oh, I didn't even realize I hit an ore. That's sad. Bummer. Wonder how big this ore patch is. I already have this ore patch by my house, so it's not really worth mining this up. I can't even do it right now anyways, but hopefully this will let me go down. Yes! Okay, and then I can be in this layer, so I need to actually be conscious of that. I can get up from here, right? Yeah. So this is the layer I want to be in. I'll probably go down a few blocks and then end up doing some stuff. I'm happy that I learned that. I feel like I would have a lot of time wasted if I didn't understand that ores only spawn in certain rock types. Let's do it here. Which I guess I can just do it below me. So they have to dig down anyways. We'll probably have to dig down anyways. I kind of doubt it's going to be right here. Could be. No, just a small amount of the other ore. The actual chance of finding stuff like this is pretty low. And I'm going to dig down a few more blocks, because I think I can. Probably go like maybe one more ladder set down, then I'm going to do some strip mining. Let's go there. Okay. I should do it like this. I'm going to dig out, I think it's 4 blocks. Then the 5th I want to break with this. No node nearby. Then repeat that process over here. It could be behind me, I suppose. Is this the 4th? No. Yeah, that was the 4th. This is the 5th. Could be behind me. That's a possibility. No node nearby. Repeat that here. Then we dig down a few more blocks and check it out. I think iron has a higher chance of spawning further down than up. The last time I found iron in this game, it was in a cave, though, so I don't know how far down it was. No node. That's fine. I'll go down, like... I'll probably go, like, 2 more... Or no, not 2 more, because that'll only be, like, what, 4? I'll go down until I have 7 ladders left. That should be a pretty good distance. I am pretty excited and nervous because my favorite book series is getting an adaptation for a show, I think. I don't know who is adapting it. And I hope it's not going to end up being live action. It's one of those books, like, it's Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's one of those books where a lot of nonsense happens. And I think it'd be very hard to actually have it be a live action show. There's also just a ton of characters sometimes. Like, there's whole storylines in that book where it'll be like 3 people for the entire book almost. And then there'll be storylines that are like 25 plus people that are pretty regularly important for the narrative. So I think that'd be kind of hard to do in a live action format. You'd have a lot of actors. Kind of just busy and messy, in my opinion. I don't know. I hope it's good. I like that book a lot. I didn't think I'd like it that much. I listened to it on a whim on Audible, so I had a free credit, and it was free one day, and I was like, okay, I'll listen to this, see what it's all about. It surprised me. It really did. I think that books that surprise me are typically the ones that I have almost no expectation of what's going to actually happen. And then there's usually what I like is more story and character growth. Like, I like it when the world expands and the characters actually learn from what's going on. Which seems like it's so rare in a lot of books nowadays. Which is a bummer. There's probably like a lot of books being like written that have like proper character growth, but I think a lot of the time people end up writing books more so as strict entertainment where there's no stakes to the actual narrative. And I think that you need to have some level of division within the story. There has to be some level of like the characters challenged and what's going on has to be interesting for both the audience to read and for the character to interact with. Well, it sounds weird to have a character be interested in what they're doing. I think a a character like Spike Spiegel from Bebop is much harder to write for, because how do you write a character that just doesn't care? That's difficult. I'm pretty sure I can jump up from here, right? Yeah. Like, I don't even know how you would really address that very easily, because the entire point of Bebop is that Spike doesn't care if he dies. Up until the end, that is. Which makes his sacrifice way more... I don't know if I call it heroic. So it's trace amounts of bismuth and native copper. I need copper anyway, so might as well, like, go in this direction. I think it might be worth also doing it this way, just to make sure there's no more things in this direction, since I found some stuff that way. I don't have zinc, so the bismuth doesn't help me. But, maybe. Nothing. So the copper is definitely in this direction. Thunder. And I think my processor pick is set to default. If it's not, then it's set to 8. So I think what I'm going to be doing is mining out the 5 blocks this way, and then I'll do another 5 blocks and do another processor pick in this direction. I guess west. So I need to get more ladders. I could probably make some more, can't I? Because isn't this a recipe for ladders? Yes. I'm still gonna dig out this way and see if I can find that tin, or that copper. Not hugely important, but I don't actually have a copper mine going yet. What is the copper here? Native copper, decent? Could be good. I don't remember if the words matter more or if the percentage matters more. I think the words matter more. Medium for both. Okay, this is probably going to break before I find it, but that's okay. Repeat that cycle one more time. I'm going to dig out 10 blocks, I guess, and then mine in the west direction with the pick, with the pro pick. I think narratives are always difficult because it's hard to have that line between this is just stupid and like actually interesting. Like, I don't think that if you try to explain John Wick's story, not John Wick's, like, the universe, like, the actual story of John Wick as a character more, it would be actually that much more engaging. Because John Wick as a character is not, this bismuth, is not super interesting. It's interesting how John interacts with other characters and how things happen around him. Very large. Okay, so I'm heading in the right direction for both. This must be a relatively small bismuth mine then. It's medium quality, which isn't bad. Is that what that indicates up here? It's poor quality up there. So I don't know what direction this is going to be in for the copper. I'm going to mine out this way and do another pick. If it goes down, I think it's going to be either below me or above me. I'm hoping it'll be below me, but who knows? Very large indicates it has to be pretty close to where that bismuth is, though. So, something. This is 4, right? Yeah. Is that cracked, or is that actually like a different block there? Large amount. That's cracked. Does cracked indicate there's a cave? Is that what that tells me? I don't know what that says. So it has to be back this way. What way do I want to go? Down, north, or south? Let's go north. I'm not going to go like in this direction a long way. I'll probably just go 4 and then pro again. That's 3. Because I feel like John Wick as a character isn't super interesting. Like, he's a fun character. So it's large. So it's not that way. He's a fun character, but I think the world around John is actually what you're going for. Other than like the interesting and unique ways that John Wick kills people. The kind of spectacle of it all. Like the Continental is an interesting thing. Like the other assassins are interesting in terms of what their motivations are. Very large. So it has to be this way. Like I know that they want to make the Continental show, which is something that I'm like moderately excited for. The idea of a show based in that hotel, like just full of assassins doing stuff. That seems like a fun enough premise. I always wonder like how it's gonna work in terms of a narrative. It's gonna be kind of like more lighthearted, or will it be just straight up drama all the time? Very large still, so it might be below me. I'm gonna go up and see if it's up. It has to be a pretty large native copper deposit, though. 25. I think I can go one more. Large. So it's not up. It might be down. Let's go one out and then dig down. So I'm not ruining my tunnel. Yep, there it is. It's rich, too. Damn. That's a good copper. Just in time, my pick's gonna break. Nice. It's even starting right here. Dude, the luck on this guy. Yep, there we go. I'll need 2 inventory slots, because I'll probably end up finding a, crystallized copper, I think it's what it's called in this game. But I'll get there when I get there. And then once I mine out some of this copper, I'll do another prospecting pick in this area. I kind of doubt I'm going to be near the iron. I think iron spawns further down than where I am. I don't know all the rules, though. Like, I probably should try to learn more about how this game's rules for spawns and stuff work. I understand the sediment and, like, different layers of... Is it called stratum? Is that the name of that? I think of the name. I don't know. It could be the wrong name. The idea that different materials can spawn, or different minerals can spawn in different areas corresponding to the rock. Oh, that's gone now. What's happening here? Oh, this is weird. 18. I mean, that's 4.5 ingots. That's pretty good. Where am I going? That's back this way. I want to go this way. Is that sticks? What is this? I'll eat this one shiitake. I think it is sticks. It's 1 stick. Well, 1 stick is probably more valuable than like 20 rocks. I'll take the 1 stick. Back home we go. I didn't quite find the iron, which is sad. I was hoping to find the iron, go and get the other stuff done, then come back here and get the iron. I'll probably end up just making maybe 2 more picks. I'm taking my better pick with me out here, along with some food, after I get the wood harvested so I can get more charcoal going. And get the, what do you call it? Let me go this way. There's water everywhere, though. Is it morning or night? Can't tell. But getting all the fire clay going. So I need to start grinding down flint. And I'll probably use my old base that has a partial roof on it still, just as a pit kiln area. It's a big body of water. I like the obsidian, but get rid of that for the time being. You better swim across. I don't actually know if it's better to hold sprint or hold space in this game for moving in water. I feel like it's one of those optical illusions where I can't really tell if I'm moving faster or not. Fish. Maybe I am? I don't know. I think the next time I play this game, I will definitely play... It's etchy. I would definitely play mod it instead of just default. I'm not going to add a ton of mods in, but I want to add mods in for a few things that I think the game is lacking right now. Which I'd say the game is lacking with fishing. Like, actually, the value of the fish is pretty low. I don't know if it's really worth killing fish and gathering them. Because it doesn't feel like they give enough food to justify the effort of, like, harvesting them. It's probably better with this character because I'm a malefactor. But, still. Did I leave a shovel here? Or, yeah, I did. It's almost broken, but now I'll use it. So I don't need clay. I'll probably need more clay than this. But that's fine. More clay than what I'll get from the shovel. Because the shovel's going to break before I can actually end up filling up a stack, I think. Maybe it won't. It's going pretty far. Nah, it's going to break pretty soon. Because it's not 1-to-1, right? Yeah, it's 2. Wait. No, it actually is 1-to-1. Never mind. I probably need to clear out my inventory more. That's fine. I'll just put the torch in my hand and be careful walking home. If I burn it out, then whatever. Let's relight it. This should be either enough or just about enough to get the bloomery up and running. Because once I get iron going, I'm going to end up doing way more exploring in the world. Oh yeah, this is what I would do. Because I want to find more stuff. Like, I haven't ever really gone out on big adventures in this game to the, like, different structures they can spawn. Like, I've seen a lot of these little ruins around, but I haven't seen, like, the big ones. It'd be cool to see the big ones. It's morning. That's not how I open doors. This is how you open doors. Yeah. Downstairs first. Drop off the miscellaneous food stuff that I'm not going to cook immediately. Let's eat the berries. Put the flax away. I'll cook these mushrooms. But everything else I'll probably just eat. So while I'm cooking these mushrooms up, why did it split like this? Why did it do that? That was so weird. Need space. Probably 4. Probably just 3, but whatever. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna start using my grinder. Hopefully that doesn't go out. And grind up flint. Oh, can you not grind flint? Do you have to... Oh, it smelts. Oh. Oh. Where's the rest of my flint? I thought you had to do this way different. I don't know how much wood this is going to take. Let's just put 16 in there and overkill. Well, I guess while both of these are going. Let's put this stuff away just for the time being. Because I don't really have a need for a lot of it. I need to plant the crops, obviously, but they'll have to wait. Okay, so I want to take my shears with me. And I want to take the 2 axes with me. Mushroom stew is done, but that'll be fine for a little bit. What temp does it need to get to? Oh, that won't get to that temperature range, will it? So I need to use... I mean, this isn't a waste, because I have to use charcoal, but it did get, like, hotter. It got to its max temp. Let's see what 4 gets me. And I wish there's trees closer. I think the closest trees are over here. While that's going on. Inventory's mostly empty. It's fine. So I need more sticks. I need more wood. I think that's all I really need. I am going to quickly set up a thing. I think I can do this pretty quick. Do I need to be on Twitch to do this? I might need to be on Twitch to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to quickly do this. I'm really tired of getting this particular message about viewer bots. It's like every stream somebody pops in and does this. And I'm not sure if it's a real person or just a bot. It's probably a bot, but either way. What is the thing for this? Creator dashboard? Is that what I need? Analysis, toggle stream extensions. Streaming tools? No, not streaming tools. Settings, moderation. A little moderation. Banned phrases. Add that to banned phrase. Add that to banned phrase. Okay. That should be good.
Number, sorry.
Don't mind that, displaying NL. Okay, so if those bots come back through, they will get banned automatically. Or their messages will be deleted, one of the two. What the hell am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm harvesting stuff. I will never understand that still. Like, is there any real benefit to that? Like, I get, like, you get affiliate easier, I suppose, if you end up buying your way there. So you have the potential of getting money from streaming. But to me, it seems nonsensical. Because you're not building up, like, an audience to watch your videos. You're just paying money to get the views. And you probably won't actually end up sustaining viewership once you actually get to those views. Because it's pretty weird to have, like, hundreds of viewers, but no one's actually engaging with the content. I'm sure there's ways to, like, get, like, actual view bots to come in and, like, actually talk or whatever. Like, have AIs do it. That just seems so redundant. I don't know. I'm sure there's arguments to be made that, like, it's not actually that bad, but it seems stupid to me. Then again, I'm not doing this or trying to do this as a job. I'm just streaming to stream. I'm just bored and want to justify my purchases before of, like, a camera and a nicer microphone. The headset I would have bought regardless. I like a nice headset. I don't use this headset a lot, though. Typically only for games that actually have more, like, immersive audio stuff. I need to blow my nose at some point. Which I don't play a ton of, like, immersive audio-based games. I think the last game I played all the way through with a headset, though, must have been Dead Space 1 Remaster. Because that game has superb audio design. Like, it is amazing. Like, this game's nice. It's not bad, but I think that Dead Space really focused on the idea of having the ambient sounds environment all be kind of necessary to the game. It was good. Good time. Good game. That was most of this tree. And I want to keep some of this oak so I can do tanning. Maple, oak. Okay, got the saplings. But oak trees are the wood I end up using the most after I get them going. Because you should get a return, I believe, on oak from using the saplings. Oh, shears and saplings. This is kind of a big oak tree, so I don't want to like actually climb up it. If I would have climbed up it, I would have had a better return on saplings and wood for my axes. But I assumed one full axe and a broken partial axe would get me most of the oak I need. I think that's everything over there. Oh, my inventory's full. Get rid of this maple. Got a bit more space. Pick up one more log, which I think there is one more log actually. Yeah, there's one more log over here. It just feels redundant to me though, the idea of like buying your way into affiliate. I never got to affiliate, I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't know. I never did this like real deal, so I think I have like 60 people following me on Twitch and like 20 subscribers on YouTube or something. Which is funny for the YouTube one, because the YouTube one, like all the... Hey, this is done. All the videos I have that actually have high views on them are game tutorials from me being annoyed at people like online posting really trash game tutorials. How do I want to do this? Let's put these away. Like everything that isn't the sticks. Let's use my obsidian. And I'll put away these sticks. And I don't need this prospector pick anymore. I thought you could do this. Oh, maybe you have to nap with obsidian too. So I think I checked the other day. I have a video that's like 10,000 views or something. Which, I mean, it's not a lot when you consider the idea of like bigger people on YouTube making content. But I think 10,000 views is a pretty good amount for me just posting a like 2-minute video on how to do something in a game. Not even like voiced or anything. That annoys me. This is something that I think I will talk about anytime I get a chance to, because it's so weird to me. The idea of online hate for stuff is bizarre. Like, I made a tutorial in Deus Ex Human Revolution, Mankind Divided. Mankind Divided. And that tutorial was real basic. It was just how to get experience and practice points for the little like security breach mini diversion game they have built into it. And that like mini-ish game thing they have isn't super well designed in my opinion. Like it's supposed to be grindy on purpose so people end up paying money to like kind of skip it. I don't like that. Oh yeah, there's a boar in here. I'm gonna make a new hole for my stuff. I forgot I was keeping a boar. You're actually a boar, right? Not a swine? Yeah. Let's make a new hole closer to home. Let's make one back here. But yeah, I made a video, and the video is just like 2 seconds long. I think it's actually a minute and a half or something. It's really short. And it's just me showing how you can get an insanely high amount of experience in that game for doing nothing. And the whole point of the video was not to be like, oh, do this until you're max level. The whole point of the video to me was just to get quick experience, because I was going for the achievements. I understand, I suppose, if you're going for like the unlocks for the game or something like that. Maybe you get something for doing all the missions, or like completing all the objectives or something. I don't know. That wasn't me. I didn't do that. I just wanted to finish the achievements and not play that game mode ever again. Because of that, I struggled a lot with finding a way to get good experience, because you need experience at some point to be able to do the in-game missions. Oop, wrong way. And those in-game missions suck. Like, the later ones are so annoying and grindy. Like, you have to play them in a broken, less fun method for a lot of those. Like, I think the last mission I ended up glitching to beat it, because I was like, how do you even, like, reasonably beat this? It was not a super well-designed game mode, and it was very tacked on. Like, the actual game itself, like, Deus Ex Mankind Divided is a pretty fun game. I like it a lot. But I think that game mode was just not good. And at that point in my life, I was going for getting, like, all achievements in the games I played. Like, I wouldn't even play games unless I felt like I could get all the achievements. Okay, I'm going to keep 16 of these just so I can actually start doing some tanning stuff. But the rest I'm going to burn down into lumber. Which I don't think I have enough lumber. I do not. Put those back. Cut down a few more trees, because I don't think I have any more trees, right? I almost said, yeah, I do. Look at those trees. I'll plant these trees again. Like over here. Over here. But, I don't know. That video got a pretty good amount of views, like, immediately. I found that exploit because I was playing the mission, and it was a mission where I noticed you just walk out and kill two dudes, and the two dudes are, like, pretty easily visible from where you spawn. So I realized if you just walk out with a sniper rifle and pop both of them, they both die, and you can get a ton of experience. Then I realized that if I unlocked the little, like, blade arm in that game, I put my shears away? Oh, whatever. Don't need too much more wood. If you use a little blade arm in that game and you shoot the blades at both of them, you can kill them both in like 5 seconds, maybe 4 seconds. Which would get you a ton of experience. I think it was like 5,000 experience per every couple seconds. It was really good XP. And I used that XP to get me to essentially the end of the game. Like, I think that when I made that video, I had already beaten the entire game mode and finished all the achievements. But I felt like I should make that video because I don't think anybody... Maybe there was another person who made a video similar, but their method was a lot slower. So in the description of that video, which I know nobody ever reads descriptions, I believe I even said, hey, there's multiple ways to do this exact gameplay loop, like this exploit here. This is just the way I prefer to do it. I might have updated the video's description to even specify there's a free way to do it. Like, if you get the unlock for the, like, what's it called? Press? It's like the air cannon gun arm. You can use that and kill both the guys, I think it's instantly, and it takes like 10 seconds. So instead of getting 5,000 experience, you get like 2,000 or something. It's still a lot. Like, it's still a lot of experience for doing essentially nothing. Using guns, I think, was a lot harder, because like aiming a gun versus aiming the blade arm, I found more difficult for some reason. But I know I did it with a sniper for a while. I think if you missed the headshot with the sniper rifle, you had to do 2 shots, and you ended up taking way more time to kill both guys. Is the reason why I ended up doing the blade arm instead of using a gun? As I think if you use the enhanced ammo, you could kill them both instantly, but you had to use ammo that's scarce and you had to pay for with in-game currency. Where'd my hole go? There's my hole. I know, I spent a lot of time on that. That was my life for years, was just doing all the achievements I possibly could. Eventually I got, I'm not sure if I'd say tired of it, but it became more difficult to do them because so many games had like horrible like requirements to beat the game. Like, I think I got tired of beating games that way when I got to the Xbox One. Was when it became like really bad, because a lot of Xbox One games had insane multiplayer achievements. Like, they had that with 360 too, but 360 achievements usually were like get 1 kill on multiplayer or something. Some Xbox One achievements, because developers are trying to get you to like play the game for the rest of your life, would legitimately take years to complete. Although, I think the hardest achievements I ever got, like, I did the achievement for Dead Rising 2's multiplayer. And that achievement broke me. It was so bad. That one was impossibly hard to do. I got 3 from that? I need so much of this then. Well, eat some food. Oh, I have a little bit left over. Oh well. But that achievement like broke me. The issue with that achievement, and the reason why that achievement sucks, was solely because the game was designed like insanely bad. Like, the actual netcode for the game was horrific. I remember making a group in True Achievements to I guess I'll put these in the wall actually. But to get the achievement, and like True Achievements is just a forum for people who want to get achievements. Where's my shears? Do my shears break? Or did I put them in this chest? Put them in this chest. And the entire thing is like, you'd go there and you'd find guides on achievements, and if you found like people to play the game with through the forum, you can like assign groups. And those groups would help you this way. Would help you get achievements for the multiplayer stuff. I did that a couple times, and people up there are like really nice. I won't diss anybody who was like on True Achievements, because they were all really nice to me. What I will say is, ow, it's night, or not night, it's dark enough for things to spawn, I guess. Maybe in the rain? Maybe get out of here. Well, I didn't want to have to put a roof on this that I didn't like, but I'm going to do it now. But I got a group together for that thing, or I joined a group, one of the two. And I ended up spending, I think it was 6 hours playing with those guys, and like, they were all really nice dudes, don't get me wrong. But the issue is, that game's achievements were like horribly optimized for the netcode. Like, you would just drop out of games if you weren't in the same region. And because it's the internet, like, you're not going to play with people who are the same region as you every time. Is it better just to use like a plank? Because this is 2. 2 makes 1. Versus 6 makes 1 of these. I think it's just better for me to use planks. Slabs. For the inside of a roof temporarily. But, so like, one guy was from Australia. I think that was true. It was either Australia or New Zealand. I think it was Australia, though. So that guy would drop out like every 5 minutes. And the problem is that if your player left the match, I'm pretty sure it'd either close the match or it wouldn't count the achievement or something, like progress in the achievement. The achievements were, I want to say it's like beat a multiplayer match, beat every game type in multiplayer match, and be like MVP in the match or something. Like 3 pretty easy achievements in concept. But no one plays on multiplayer. The netcode's trash, so you actually can't do a lot of that stuff. And this is what, Maple? Do I have more maple? I do have more maple. Multiplayer's trash. Can't do a lot of it. When it does work, it's also super tedious because you can't choose the game modes that the game's going to play. So, quickly into us doing this, like me and these 3 dudes, I ended up busting out a notepad and writing down each of the game modes. There's like maybe 5 or 6 of them. There wasn't a lot of them. And writing down who had won which game mode. This helped tremendously because we went from being like, I think I beat that one, to I need Slaughter Ball or whatever the games were called. And then whenever Slaughter Ball came up, like one person would beat it, and the next time it came up, the next person would beat it, then we do that 4 times per game mode. Because it's random, I remember us having to play the game like probably 40 or 50 times, like 40, 50 matches, once the matches actually worked. That was miserable. That was so unfun. Delightful people. Like, I friended them on Xbox. I talked to them a little bit after. You know, we were all adults, I think. So none of us, like, stayed together super long after that because we all just wanted achievements. And not all our achievements kind of lined up. But I will say, they helped me get that done, and I will always respect that because those achievements were miserable to do. Like, multiplayer achievements before were bad. Multiplayer achievements once games were designed with like tacked on multiplayer and like really bad components, it became so much worse. That game's tacked on multiplayer is probably not as bad to complete when it was new, but I played it like probably 10 years after it came out, 12 years after it came out. So, yeah, it wasn't great then. I'm going to let that last coal burn, right? Because then it grinds. And I think I can do that. And becomes this. And it's 8 per 8 clay in one of these. So this would make 64 fire clay. And I need fire clay brick. And that's 4 per. Okay, I gotta do math. Gotta do some math real quick. So it's 12 times 4. Yeah, I got enough. I got enough right now with this. So I'm going to take these 8 out. I hope to God they can be done in this. Oh my God, they can be done in this. Thank God. I didn't know if I'd have to get like automation going for wind to be able to make a bloomery, because that'd be so annoying. But do this, make the fire clay, get everything going. Then I need to come back in like 24 hours or whatever, because I'm not going to use coal for the pit kilns. In that time, I need to get not food going, more metal going before I do all this, before I leave at least. Do this, 64 of these. Then I need 12 of these at least. Do I have grass? I do have grass. Need more grass though. I can need more sticks too, actually. But yeah, no, that achievement sucked. That was a horrible achievement to get. Not the worst I did. I think it's not the worst achievement in terms of the difficulty of it. It's the worst achievement in terms of the monotony of doing it. Fallout 3's achievements to do a lot of stuff were really, really annoying, because they were just not fun achievements. Like, they were so boring to get done. I'll start here, I guess. Like, I remember hating... I think my last achievement in Fallout 3 was to get each of the respective levels, which I think it was a level 16 or 18. It's like a weird level. Get to that level, whatever it is, with certain karma. So, being good, neutral, and bad. I remember it's really annoying though, because what I ended up doing was playing a neutral character who was as neutral as possible. And doing all the content I possibly could with that neutral character. Spending so much time just messing around with that guy. Because you couldn't do... This is already harvested. You couldn't do a lot of content in that game without getting karma in one direction. And you didn't need a ton of karma to become, like, good or bad. So I ended up doing... I think the way I got good karma was from me giving water to the homeless people in Megaton. I need wood. That's what I need. And how I got bad karma was from completing that quest where you let that kid become a vampire or whatever. So I just kept those two things open, like Megaton and becoming vampire quest. And whenever I needed good or bad karma, so like whenever I leveled up to level 10 or whatever it was, I'd go back there and do those respective things, get my karma up to the level, then reload my save where it's neutral, and continue playing the game as neutral as possible. That resulted in one of the least fun playthroughs of a game I think I've ever had, because I played the game essentially one time through and then kept reloading so I can get things done. Because you really can't play that game any differently when you're going for that. When we get some more cattails, in the meantime, I'm also going to get metal going. I might as well make a better ore. What is the ratio for this? Is it 1 to 12? No, it's not 1 to 12. Is it 1 to 12? Is it 1 to 11? I thought it was like 20. Maybe it's 24 to 2 makes 1. 23? No, that makes an uneven amount. That makes an uneven amount too. If I put one more copper in there, would that make a better ratio? Do I have more copper? I do have more copper. Can I get away with 7 instead? Probably not, right? Because I think I couldn't do that? No. Put one more in there. I think it's like half of this stack will get me there. Pretty close. That's probably not the best math on that, but whatever. Oh wait, I need coal. 5 coal should be fine. Okay, so that's going. Eat my berries finally. Need cattails. So while that's melting up, we need some cattails. I'm going to expand my bees before I leave as well. I know it's becoming night, so those things are going to start spawning, and I don't want to be at this base while they're spawning in. Because that'll just be unfun. I'm trying to think of other like really bad achievements I did. I think I never actually did 7 Day Survivor. 7 Day Survivor? Maybe it's 7 days. I don't know. The surviving a certain amount of days in Dead Island 1. I never did that. I think I actually finished Dead Island 2 and Off the Records, or I got close to. I know I did the kill the population of Colorado achievement in Dead Rising 1. Is this enough cattails or do I need more cattails? I need more cattails. I did that achievement. It's going to burn out my torch, but that's okay. Get some more of them out here. Might as well. That achievement wasn't bad, but it was annoying. I believe it took like 3 or 5 hours. Because the strat for that achievement is you start Dead Rising 1, then you get the various cars, and you just drive through the like storage car area beneath the mall, and you keep killing the zombies in there. And then after the first or second cutscene that happens, the game doesn't give you more cutscenes because you already filled the game to the point where like you can't win anymore. And it's like 52 or 53,000 zombie kills. It takes forever. The funny thing about that achievement though is doing it as your first unlock on a save, or on a profile I guess, is better than doing it any other time. Because you'll get a massive amount of experience. And with all that experience, you'll be able to just start the game at like level, I think it's like level 30 or something. Like, you can start the game way higher than level 1. And that's sick. Only because then you can skip so much content if you've played the game before. If you haven't played the game before, it's a fun game. But I understand that, like, for achievement hunting, you do not want to waste a lot of time on that. Go towards my bees. I'll also grab some dirt. Not with that. Put 2 more skips down. Get these populated and get the honey from both of them at some point. That's probably close enough to populate those 2. Oop, my door's right here. I need my things. I got here just in time. Also need 1 more coal. It's just barely not hot enough. That's sad. Where's my tools? Is it in here? It's in here. And I want to do a pickaxe and some ingots. The ingots will probably end up becoming nails and a couple other miscellaneous objects. Probably just nails, if I'm being honest. Put those away. Put these away. Put away my metals. Put that away. Put away the fire clay. What else do I need to smelt? Like what else do I need for a pit kiln? I'm trying to think of pit kiln recipes. I can use more molds while I'm here. So I think I only have... This is out. How do I... Okay, there we go. Give me this one. Put that back. Break you. I think I only have a pick, hammer, and prospecting pick. So while I'm waiting for those to cool down, I'm going to make a axe. Oop, wrong button. Axe, hoe, and a couple other ones. Just to get them all done. Because it is way more efficient to pour than it is to not pour. I do wonder if they're going to change that at some point. Like, it'd be horribly funny and realistic, but annoying for the player base, if it was way worse to cast a tool than it is to, let's pick this up, right? Yeah. Than it is to, mold a tool. Smith a tool. I need hoe. Yes, hoe, shovel, and heave hammer. I can make a blade. Blades are pretty good. I'm making one right now. Cats are being loud. I should make a blade, but I don't think I'm going to do combat, really. Not currently. It's good for drifters. I almost said dwellers. Are they dwellers? Or are they drifters? I don't know. Whatever the enemies are in this game. I'm horrible with names. But it's good for those guys. I think a lot of the animals, I prefer to have a spear. How's this going? It's pretty close. I think spears are better for a lot of the animals, because the animals are just so annoying to deal with due to them having, like, lunge attacks. Got a heave hammer. Or those lunge attacks are brutal. Not fun to deal with. Messing this up pretty good. I don't know. I somewhat miss and don't miss the like achievement hunting days of my life. I think it definitely gave games more structure, but it also kind of ruined my ability to play games. Because I would never play games for just like having fun in the game. I was playing the game to get the little imaginary number to go up. That being said, my little imaginary number is pretty high, and anybody who cares about that stuff looks at it and goes, wow, you have a lot of achievements. And I go, yeah, I played a lot of horrible games. Played a lot of real not good games. Like, for a long time, I wouldn't even play a game at all unless I knew the achievements are pretty doable. Maybe not, like, easy, like they're going to get them immediately. But they were not going to be so impossibly hard that it would take me multiple years to get through the achievements. Shovel. I also need to get a watering can. It's going to stop raining constantly soon. I remember, like, a game that nearly broke me, because it just wasn't a good game, was the World of Kiflon. That game's weird. You, like, manage little freaks, and you have to make resources, I think, is how that game works. I don't really remember. But I remember that game being, like, just not good. It's not good as a game. And being so frustrated with it. I only ever beat the first World of Kiflons, because everyone after it, I don't know if it's any better or worse, but the first one was discouraging enough where I just never played the other ones. I never wanted to. Maybe they were way better. I don't know. That part of my life's over, though. I do not care. I recall, like, the worst games to get achievements in, though, were often like the RPGs. They would have insane requirements for achievements. I think, like, Mass Effect is one of those games where, like, I think Mass Effect wants you to do a Paragon and a Renegade playthrough for almost all the games, and it meant that you had to, like, play the game through what would amount to, I think it was 3 times. Because you couldn't get all, no, maybe it was 4 times. So you couldn't get all Renegade and all Paragon unlocks in one playthrough. You had to have, like, a New Game Plus character for some of that. Or, like, grind things out, maybe. I don't know. I did a lot of that. I don't recall, though. I think it was more tedious than it was difficult. Which was kind of the synopsis of a lot of achievement hunting. A lot of achievement hunting is just, how tedious is this thing going to be? That's probably why I ended up favoring games like Minecraft, Terraria, Vintage Story. Because even in the achievement hunting days, a lot of those games' achievements were so stupidly basic. They're like, put a block down. Terraria had a real bad one. I remember that. I don't think I ever got all of Terraria's achievements because of this, actually. But Terraria had an achievement that was like, get all pets. And the edition of Terraria that was out on the 360 meant that the world would spawn random pets. So it wasn't guaranteed you could get all pets in one playthrough. Due to that, you would have to just regen worlds constantly and like just mine at certain levels to hopefully get chests to get pets. It was extremely tedious. There's that achievement, and then I think I glitched the game out to get the other kind of harder achievement in that game. Do I have a knife? I think I do. I can just make a knife blade though. The other achievement I recall being kind of annoying, knife blade, was to fully corrupt or fully purify or fully hollow a world. It's a lot easier now, but in Terraria, when the game came out on the 360, I think even when it came out initially, I don't know when they added this in, you'd have to just use like powder to like dig out to purify or like whatever your world. So you need to have tons of powder and like dig holes and just walk around and like slam down like purification powder or like whatever constantly. It was super annoying. They eventually add in the climatizer. It's the weird like purification, like change status of block gun that uses the serums. That thing is great. It's fantastic. Way easier to do now. What I did was a stupid thing. I believe how you got that achievement back in the day, or that unlock, or whatever it was, challenge maybe for Terraria, because it had its own in-game stuff, was you would go to a place, no, you'd go to a tutorial map, which was a set map, it wasn't very big, and you would like cache that in your local memory. Then you would somehow load that tutorial map into a normal game, and you would only have like a map that's, I don't know, like 20, 30 pixels deep, like tiles deep, and like a couple hundred tiles long. And from there, I think that's how you do it. From there, you'd go through and take a character that had purification powder or whatever, and use them to do everything. Still extremely tedious, but way more doable at that point in the game's history. I don't think I ever finished all that game's nonsense, though. Need to put a block here. Also, I don't really care about like which one of these I'm putting down, and like which one of these will actually start going or not. I'm just gonna get as many of these going as I can, because these will be the only things I need to really worry about. So I'm not gonna get the Flexen. Thinking of Invincible again. Not getting the blade going, which is fine. Is there water coming here? There is water coming here. I don't know. I like Terraria. I'm pretty excited for the new update. I know the new updates don't really add much content. It's kind of like add little improvements to the game, but the little improvements are usually fun enough for me to go back through and waste time doing stuff. I need those bees to move over so I can start getting some honey. Do I have wood in this chest? Like, already made logs? I do. Get me out of there. I'll probably play Terraria again. Maybe I'll even put that on stream, because I quite like that game. I don't know if I'll play another Master Mode playthrough, because Master Mode isn't impossible, but it is just frustrating. Like, some of the mechanics in Master Mode are not fun. It's mostly how, like, absolutely tanky some enemies are. Like, it takes forever to kill them. Like, I believe my least favorite boss in Master Mode, not because it's difficult, just because I think it has way too much health, is still, oh god, he's a Temple asshole. Temple Guardian? I swear he has a goofy name, I just can't recall it right now. the temple dude you fight, that guy has way too much health. Like Plantera, fine. A Golem. Golem has way too much health. That's the name of the temple guardian. Put those away, put that away. Don't need multiple stacks of that. Take my ladders. Your oak logs. I'll take this stick stack. Stick stack. Take these sticks, take these ladders. Then I need some food. I could probably find food on the way out there. I'm guessing. Yeah, I can find food on the way out there. It's okay. Do I need anything else? I guess I should take the prospector pick with me. But this is all I need. And I'm going this way? Oh, did I not mark where I was digging? No, I did. It's here. It's the mark for the other stuff. Empty, empty. This direction. I could probably play it again. I think that Terraria is in a good place in terms of like its total content, because it has a lot of content in the game, and a lot of the content's very fun. It could use some more rebalancing for weapons, and I think that there are certain classes that definitely could use some love. Like, I love the mage in Terraria, but I feel like the mage class needs to have more early game options. Late game mage is really good. Like, it does a lot of damage. It's a pretty engaging class. Early game, I don't think it has much. Like, I know that the gem rods are supposed to be like an early game option for the mage, but I really think the best option for the mage is to rush the desert and get whatever that desert wand is that does damage. Or use like a vile thorn or whatever. Like rush dynamite and go and kill stuff. Which I feel like isn't super reasonable to expect the player to, first of all, know that, and second of all, actually do it. Like, freaks like myself, yeah, I've done that kind of stuff. But I think that most players probably wouldn't end up going out of their way to do that kind of, like, gameplay. So if the mage class had a more easily obtainable method of progress early game, that'd be probably nice. So I feel like the other classes all kind of have an easy way to progress. Getting some food before going in the hole. Like, it's undeniable that, like, melee and... Ooh, hey, copper. Like, melee and... let's mark that. Range are insanely, like, OP in that game for the most part. Because there's a plethora of options for those two classes. I'm not saying, like, remove them. I think that just more should be in for other classes. Or the fact that you can make pretty good melee weapons almost immediately versus making, like, a magic weapon, or even, like, getting the magic weapon stuff going is pretty difficult. I want to mark this with ladders so I know it's here. Because I know that, like, getting the gear necessary to do magic is actually pretty annoying too. I was like, why the hell is it so dark? Why are you dark? Yeah. Oh, I should get copper. I don't have a lot of copper. As much as I would love just to not get copper and start finding the iron, I should get some copper. I shouldn't ignore the more basic resources. Hey, there's one of the crystallized. But I don't know. I don't normally play like class locked Terraria. I normally end up getting like weapons from each class and doing a bunch of multi-classing stuff. I tend to favor certain weapons, so I try to play new-ish weapons now when I play the game. Like the last time I played through Terraria, I did a true melee up to the hard bosses, like Duke Fishron. I didn't do true melee in Duke Fishron, because Fishron is really hard to do true melee on. He moves so fast. He's hard. doing it with something that isn't true melee, not that bad. Like, you can kind of get pretty good. Because Fishron and some of the other hard mode bosses, like Empress of Light, are a lot easier once you have movement items. Like, Fishron is undeniably easier after you get the better dungeon. But his drops are so good early game. It's probably worth just kind of like slamming your head against the wall to kill Fishron with worse gear. Because Fishron's gear can hold you up until Moonlord. If you're going for just pure speed, that is. But, I don't know. I think the last time I played it, I ended up doing more of like a typical, like, this is how you'd normally progress through Terraria. And that was fun. I probably won't do that when I replay it again for the new update. Because that takes so long. And while I love Terraria, I don't really want to spend another like 200 hours messing around in that game. I do know they're adding in more automation tools, like hoppers and ways to manage inventory that isn't manual. So that's pretty sick. I'm not sure how that's all going to work in-game, but it's cool to be in there. Because that's probably not my biggest complaint about Terraria, because automation isn't impossible. But the automation stuff is, like, really complicated for its logic systems. Which is good and bad. It means that there's, like, something to do, something to learn. Then I respect the developers. Like, I think that Terraria has some of the most respectable developers in general. They actually leave in exploits that aren't negative for the game. Well, they are. Negative for the community. The community likes them. Because very much so that, like, Hoiks? I think it's Hoiks. Hoiks are like a overpowered concept. Almost every boss in the game can be beaten by putting down configuration of blocks in a weird pattern, and undeniably, like, that is the least fun way to beat most bosses. But if you're struggling with it, you can do it. The advantage to the Hoik is this really the end of this? Is that they're good for a lot of other things, but most of the time people use them for bosses. A small amount, so not much in this direction. I'll go over here. Oh, there's one lone little nug. Small amount again. Small amount. My ear is itchy. I don't know why it's itchy. I think I got all the copper for the most part. This wasn't a huge deposit, if I'm being honest. Like, it was pretty good. It wasn't a bad deposit of copper. I definitely got my money's worth out of it. Medium amount. So there's a medium amount of copper left here. If I forget it's here and I don't ever come back, then that's fine. I can just find another deposit. How do I leave here now? Boy, howdy, I should have paid attention to that. How does one leave Copper Hill? Ah, here it goes. Damn it, did that backwards. Hold on. Pause. There we go. Should I grab Bismuth? I'm already here, and it's already above me. I might as well. The Bismuth is fine. If I find zinc, I'll be more inclined to mine it now. I don't recall if it's more... I think it's less bismuth and more zinc for the other alloy. I think bismuth can only make the other thing, the weird, like, purplish black or malachite or whatever. Malachicum. Which is not super valuable to me. It only makes plates to make lanterns, I think. And I don't really care about that, personally. I'm not the biggest, like, decoration kind of guy. I'm way too much of a what do you call that? Too lame. I just care about playing the thing, doing the stuff. I often end up getting bored while doing like decoration things because I'll end up like hitting a road where I'm like, I wish I had a block that's slightly bluer than this one, but that slightly bluer block is behind some arbitrary nonsense, so I just never do it. Kind of also why I like Terraria, because Terraria's building mechanics are really easy due to the dying system. Like, dyes are super fun. Am I good at building in that game? No, but I try. The way I said that just reminds me of the He-Man, like, oh my god, do I try? I don't know why. I just always think of that. It's one of those old memes that I actually consider to be, like, just a bop. It's just a classic. It's probably because I like Skeletor, honestly. I like Skeletor too much. Skeletor is my favorite kind of villain, where he's oddly menacing, but he's also the worst villain ever. It's why the Monarch from the Venture Brothers is like the best villain ever, because he's simultaneously one of the most menacing characters in that show, and also the least viable villain. It's great. I got too much love for the Venture Brothers. I'm gonna go 2 more down. Then I'll do some prospecting. If I can't find the copper or the iron in this little trip, then that's fine. I got copper. So, not a big deal. Large amount of copper again. Do I want more copper? Well, let's dig out the other areas. There's trace amounts of bismuth too, so there's a pretty good amount of copper in this area. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Can I sneak it? Yeah, I can. I can barely sneak it. Quartz. I think that can quartz and iron spawn near each other. I know that iron. Not iron. I know that silver and gold could spawn near quartz. I don't want to go this way, go north, because I don't like dealing with quartz, and I am scared of it. It's so annoying to mine through. I can mine through it with this pick, but like there are some quartz deposits that are absolutely massive. Is this the 4th? This is the 5th. So I do not want to do that. Well, I know that this way is probably where the other copper is. Man, my gear is freaking out right now. My temporal stability is not good. That's fine. Who needs to be sane? Oh, this might be... Hold on a second. Very large amount. Large amount. I don't know where the copper is actually, because I think this was a very large amount. This was a very large amount. This was a large amount. This is a very large amount. So maybe like this whole area here is copper. If that's true, that's crazy. That's a lot of copper. I'm going to mine down a few more blocks. I probably need to make, like, 1 oak, I think, to get my ladders back going. So I'm pretty sure... Oh, I can get up here from this. I thought I did that wrong. Is what I was assuming. I'm gonna go down like 3-4 more sets of ladders. Actually, no. I'm gonna go down just 1 more set of ladders. So here, it's a poor copper. If I mine this, it's gonna destroy it. I'm not gonna get this, but it's gonna be very large below me. No. So it's only large, and there's bismuth. That indicates that it's probably branched out in these directions. It's a pore, so I'm not really sure like how much I actually want to mine this. Because pore is going to give me only 30 units, or like 15 units per. That's not bad. It's not amazing either. I think I'm going to not mine up this copper. I think what's going to happen is this. I'm going to... There we go. Oh, this doesn't work for this. I'm just going to mark this with a thing in general. Just C, or C, B, and I. And that'll probably be enough for me to remember that this is copper, bismuth, and iron in this hole. Well, somewhere there's iron. I haven't found iron yet, but should be somewhere around here. Hopefully. I got real lucky with the other playthrough. Like, I just walked in a hole and there's this iron. Well, there's mantle, so I know it's not here. So, let's dig this way. And then after I dig out in these 4 directions, I'll probably do some math. There's a large amount of iron that way. Probably do some math, right? Because I wish I remembered what my prospecting pick was set to for its radius. If I assume it's 6, which I think is the default, then I want to go 6 blocks up from the mantle and mine out there. And then I'd go 6 blocks, or 12 blocks up from that spot. Right? Whenever my prospecting pick breaks, I'm just going to go back to the surface. So, large amount of copper. I think it's 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I want to make a little mine here, because this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to aim at the ground when I do this, not the top block. Then I'm going to go in 6, right? Right. Then I want to go in 12 after that. That seems correct. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the less fun part of this game. It's just mining for resources, because it takes a while to actually prospect things. And this is a pretty decent like chunk of iron. Just finding it's going to be hard. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I should have done it here, actually, I think. I'll do it here, because I know there's not iron, I guess, behind me. But I'd mess that up a little bit. Trace amount of quartz. So there's quartz in this direction. I'll probably need to go back up to the surface to get my temporal stuff done. So here's this. Let's start here. This is actually 6. So 6 would be 172. So 178 is where I want to go to in this direction. Let's get there real quick, then we'll go to the surface. And fix my temporal stability. Walk around, frolic in the day. The idea behind this is if it's 6 and I go 12 out, then I will have coverage from all angles, I think. I hope. So I messed up. Once again, this will be fine though. Trace amounts of quartz. Not what I want to see. Okay. Back up to the surface. So my character stops freaking out. Not having a good time. Man, that good dial tone from being down too far. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen monsters down here. Like, I know I'm in a pretty small tunnel that I made, but I kind of just figured I'd see monsters. I'm going to see monsters on the surface for sure. I'm going to ignore them unless they're the double-headed, because the double-headeds have a pretty high chance to drop better loot, but the normal ones, as far as I understand, have a really low chance to drop anything useful. I hear things in the water immediately, so that's kind of concerning. Yeah, there's a bow guy. I don't see any double heads immediately. There's bows. Another bow. It's a corrupted bow. While I'm up here, I'm going to get some more berries and food. It's already good. Just gotta wait now for my temporal stability to get better, so I'm less insane. Get some more flint while I'm up here, I guess. Some cattails. Just some general things, some bits and bobs. Got a lot of copper. Got a lot of stone too. I like Vintage Story. I know it's a pretty slow game sometimes. Right now, it's definitely the slow part of the game. Because the other way you do this is just getting lucky with finding iron. Like, I don't know how you do it besides getting lucky or, like, prospecting. Which I'm doing roughly what I should be doing. Because my hole should be a ultra high amount of iron at 3% per. So the issue is copper is essentially 4 times more common than iron is. So for every iron patch, I should find 4 copper patches in that like immediate area. But in like the 16, I think it's 16, maybe it's 32 in this game. In that chunk I prospected in, I should find at least some iron. And you do not need a lot of iron to, is this cranberries? This is cranberries. A lot of iron to get, like, going. Because I believe meteoric iron doesn't need you to have a, like, it doesn't need to be forged, which is really nice. Turnips. Get rid of some of these. Because I think that meteoric iron just becomes bars by default, which I want to say is not intentional. Maybe it is. I don't know. I assume it's not. Give me some more of this grain. Delicious, tasty grain. I love chewing on grain. I've never met somebody who chews on grain. I've met people who, like, eat flour, and you shouldn't do that because flour could have, like, contaminants and bugs and stuff in it or whatever. But I don't think I've ever met somebody who eats grain before. Like, just chews on, like, raw grain. I'm sure people like that exist. I just don't know them. The flour people are really weird. I met 2 people who do that, and they're like, I just love the taste of flour. I'm like, why? It's like the worst form of it taste-wise. It's just like a powder that has like no flavor. Why are you doing that? But I guess to each their own. Man, I went real crazy there. I don't think there will spawn things during the day. Unless maybe it's raining or something. I actually don't know all the spawn rules. For enemies. I know that if you're like in a dark place underground, they can spawn. Like caves or whatever. I think that making mob traps is actually pretty easy in this game. Like just making a hole and setting up like water sources and like fences or whatever. Isn't that bad? I'll probably do that at some point, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm sane enough. You know, what I'm going to do actually is jump in this hole. This will be the last time I play with keep inventory on in a playthrough, so if I die, it's not that bad. This hole, though, will be a lot easier to find iron in than my cave that I'm making. More dangerous. Well, it should be a lot easier, unless it goes up again, and then I end up not finding iron at all. So I want to stay on this layer. A bunch of dwellers. If there's no other way to go, then I'll go that way. I came from that direction. Well, no other way to go. I do want to make an exit plan before I jump in that hole. Nothing. I don't think I came from this direction. There's a hole here. I can get up and down from this little lip. Gear. Ow, you dick. I don't know if he threw a rock at me or if... Oh, he's leaving, so whatever. Or if he hit me. Well, there's a bow guy, so I'm not going to stay here. Bismuth. Ow. You actually outranged me? Oop, didn't mean to do that. Nothing still. There's light. Don't want to go in that hole. This can kill me. It's dead. Dropped nothing still. Very cool of it. Oh, here's another rich copper. I don't have any blocks though to like block this off. I'll mine around here for a second. Get some rich copper. I think my stack isn't full. Oh, this is medium now. I don't think I have a medium stack. I think I have a poor and a rich stack. I will do one of these since I'm nowhere close to where I was before. I'll find copper. Huge amount of copper. This is apparently a really good copper mine. I'm not going to mark this. This is a medium, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Because I don't think I'm going to need copper past what I have in my inventory. Probably not for a while. I have a lot of it. And I'm concerned about that. Because this guy can, like, 3-shot me. Woo. Still nothing. I'm gonna get my ore and get out of here. I'm probably gonna die in the next, like, couple seconds. Which is fine. I have keep inventory on, so it's not that bad. I just want to try to find the Iron Man. It's kind of just prospect around this area. I didn't get a chance to do it. Sad. Oh well. My miscellaneous things I'm doing should all be mostly done. So that's not that bad. Because this is done. You need to go drop things off now. That's still empty. That's still empty. I guess I can make the population of that bigger, so it has a higher chance of spreading. I need you. Inventory's full. Put my gear away. Eat berry. My food is bad now, so that's kind of sad. I'll probably stop playing here in a little bit. Put that away. Ooh, baby. Look at all that copper. Got so much copper. Okay. How do I make a crate? I think I can do that. Crate. Saw and wood. Pretty easy to do. And I'm going to need one for my copper anyways. Drop us all on the ground. I have more copper. Dude, I got so much copper. I will not be mining copper going forwards, at least for a while. That's the poor copper. The peasant copper. Okay, copper's done. I'm not going to break down the bismuth, because the bismuth isn't necessary right now, so just not going to worry about that. This turns into lead. It's not very good. I make a lot more... This is bronze, right? Yeah, a lot more bronze. I want to move those skips, I think, to be closer. That's a chicken. Or get more flowers. One of the two. I didn't find the iron, so I actually can't get a bloomery going right now. I get the bloomery going, I guess. Just can't actually use it. I'm pretty sure it's 12, right? Because it's not that recipe. Do I need more than 12? Is it 16? Bloomery I need more than 12, I think. Maybe I don't. It's pants? It's kind of pants. It's upside down chest plate. Oh, it's 12 exactly. Sick. Okay, so I got bloomery. Bloomery's good. I need that eventually. For my first iron bloom. Bloomery will live here. For the time being. So that's sick. That's progress. Put that away. I want to grab my seeds. I want to put food down here. We got more grain and some turnips. Not a lot of food. Once the farm starts profiting, then there'll be tons of food to put down there. Put this away. Put that away. Put this away. These. Put my tools back, so I don't need these things on me. I don't know where to put my hoe. There's a hoe. Give me medium soil, and I want to make a bucket, which I don't know if I have enough. I don't think I do, right? Because I want to say I need one of these to make a bucket. Is there another bucket recipe? For rope. So vine. So I need more vine. I can do that. Let's need 2 vine. Actually, I might have put vine outside. I sometimes do this, where I put vine on things, because I know I need more vine than what I had, but I don't actually bother getting all the vine. Oh, I did, I think. Or these were just natural spawn 2 vines. One of the two. One of 2 things happened there. I don't know which one it was. Do this. One of those. Bucket. Is bucket this recipe? Fuck yeah, bucket. Okay. So then I want to grab a bucket of water. Because water is infinite in this game. Well, by default. Then this water will live here, let's say. I'll need a bucket of water, or a water source, here in the house, and one downstairs in the basement. Right? That sounds correct. And then I'm going to make my farm, my proper farm, somewhere around here, I think. No. Here. I want to dig down to get the coal, charcoal. Oh yeah, look at all that charcoal. Oh, I didn't lose very much. Sick. Okay. I don't need that right now. I would have needed it before, but I'm not doing that currently. Let's make the farm here. Let's start the farm off here. I don't know the best method to do a farm in this game. I have a shovel, right? I do. I think that it's good to have your blocks one tile, or not one tile, touching the water tile, because then they stay hydrated longer. And their max hydration is better or something. And I want to have this fenced off, so let's make it 1 more deep. Actually, let's make it the same level as the house. So actually it'd be here. If I expand the house, I'm going to expand it this way, I think. So I can make it like here-ish. So to break these, put a fern down. Let's put my first water block here. This seems like a fine place to have water. Just arbitrary length. Not sure how long it needs to be. How long does water go? Like, how far does water reach? Nope. There we go. Reaches to there. Does water clear plants? No. Water does not clear plants. Water and plants are, in fact, homies. That feels like a fine distance for the start of a farm. Get my grains down. Then I think that once this is done, I'll probably stop playing for the day. Not a terribly productive stream. Didn't really make much progress towards my end goal. I mean, time's passing. The farm over yonder is growing. Once that's done, I'm going to stop farming in that area. Start farming over here permanently. Yeah, that's what I'll start doing. I want to plant the grain first. It doesn't really matter what I plant first, but these guys take a long time. So I want to get these down as soon as I can. Then I'm gonna make another water pit here. Or trench, I suppose. Not really a pit. Let's mine out this guy. Yeah, the game that I've been thinking of it a lot recently. Gotta blow my nose still. Is Core Keeper. Core Keeper was a fun game. I think it has balancing issues for sure. But it's a fun game. Like, I recall that game being really fun for the first half, and then at some point the bosses, I did this wrong. At some point the bosses became just so annoying to deal with. Because they weren't hard per se, but like resummoning them to get the drops was super frustrating. I recall grinding out the lava slime for like hours because I needed to get a drop for the like legendary pickaxe, and that was unfun. Did not enjoy that. I enjoyed the rest of the game, or I enjoyed most of the game, I should say. I think it's a fun game. With a few updates and tweaks, I think it could be like a really, really good game. I hope it gets there eventually. Put some turnips down. As it stands right now, though, I beat that game. I will probably not go back. I'll probably not go back through and play more of it, because it just got so tedious at the end. I need to make another hoe. I have rock. There's a few games I want to go back to and actually properly play or play more of. Actually experience the whole game. I'll eventually finish Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's one of those games that I've played for a while and just never actually finished. I get stuck in the loop of like doing side quests and activities in the city and just being like so far removed from the main story that I forget where I am in the story, and then I go back to play it and I'm like, who are these characters? What's going on here? You're not this random guy that I met that told me to like steal a car and then I never talked to him again. Where's that guy? Damn it. Damn it. Did all that wrong. Put those there. Break this one. I do like the farming in this game. I feel like it's going to be far more interesting once there's more seeds. So as it currently stands, you end up having like the same few crops over and over again. Which isn't bad, but I think the whole farming and food system will be really interesting once they expand the cooking aspects. Got hiccups. Okay, so before I get off, I'm going to check on the bees. These have not... I swear this is fine, though, distance-wise. Amazing longer time to get that going. Check on the crops. Oh, these are good. Did I grab this? Yeah, I grabbed the seeds. Those need more time. I did a lot of crops over here. It's a lot of crops. These will be done pretty soon. And those were out of season. So I'm back to the start. I can plant 2 more turnips down, and then I'll put these turnips away, and then I'll stop the stream. How do I want to do this? I guess I expand this one out by 1, right? Because that makes more sense than expanding the other direction and then this one. Put my hoe away, because I'm stupid. I didn't think about what I was doing. Next stream, I'll probably fence this in, get the charcoal out of the pit, do more bee-based stuff, actually find iron. I was hoping for a Hail Mary with the iron. I'll be fair, I would have kept streaming if I found iron. But I don't know how much longer that's going to take to find. So, I'm going to quit for now. Not bad. Got a lot of copper. Got more of my base built up. Ugh. Did stuff. Kind of lateral progress, but whatever. Either way, ending the stream.